Hello and welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the Optimus coin and see how it's doing. The Optimus coin is currently priced around 70 cents and today it's experienced about a 2% drop in price. The all-time high for Optimus is close to $5 and its all-time low was around 40 cents. As you can see, the price has now entered a heavy range. Like most other altcoins, it's pretty much ranging and waiting to see what decision Bitcoin will make for the market, as well as Ethereum, which is now near its all-time high. Optimist is now near a resistance level, which is around 92 cents. It hit this resistance and experienced a drop, with the price falling to 70 cents. The distinct pattern we clearly observe here strongly resembles a classic head and shoulder structure. This particular head and shoulders formation is typically referred to as an inverted head and shoulders. You could accurately describe this as one shoulder, this prominent area as the head, and this other section as another shoulder. There's a very strong and significant chance that it could indeed move upwards, and if it does, it could potentially remain around this specific area for a relatively short period of time, which would then establish its next significant resistance point at approximately $1.40. This also perfectly matches up with this established trend line, which is the long-term trend line, and most professional traders typically sell in these specific areas. And it might even continue to go up to these higher levels. That means it could go up to $1.90, which also aligns with its Fibonacci retracement levels here. In my opinion, if Optimism comes up and hits this resistance, there will be a pullback, and during that pullback, we need to wait and see where the market is headed. If the market enters an alt season, it's highly likely that this trend line will break, and in the next round, Optimism will rise up to this top. That means it can go up to almost $3, which is a very good move for those who are traders and also for those who are holding Optimism short term. But the Optimism coin itself is generally a very good coin, though its performance has been very poor. In fact, its price has dropped from around $5 to nearly 40 cents, which is a very steep decline. What we can see in the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, if I were to clear this chart, as I mentioned before, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is very important, especially when it consistently holds the 40 level right here. This means we're still in a bullish momentum and the market might move upward. And another interesting thing we can see in the volume is that during this recent move, in this latest correction, the volume has been moving downward and the sellers haven't been very strong. And if we carefully examine the weekly time frame, I have indeed discovered something quite interesting. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is currently positioned almost precisely beneath this significant trend line, and as long as it remains consistently below this crucial trend line, we absolutely cannot anticipate a strong, sustained upward movement in Optimism's price action. But if this trend line on the RSI in the weekly time frame breaks and moves upward, meaning if we see a move like this, there's a strong chance that Optimism will surge and go up significantly. And we have to wait and see what happens to Bitcoin and Ethereum in the coming weeks and what happens to the altcoins. In the coming weeks or months, will this trend line break to the upside or not? What's interesting about Bitcoin, as I mentioned, is that right now Bitcoin is sitting on this support level and is holding for now. We have to see if it takes another leg down to touch this long-term trend line, which has been in place since 2022. It's a very strong trend line that could trigger a short squeeze and push the price down to test this trend line, or maybe not. And we also see a similar pattern in the altcoin market cap. You can see that the support has formed here. It has currently broken through this trend line and is now backtesting the trend line. But if it drops back below this trend line and re-enters it, there's a strong chance we'll see a short squeeze here as well, since the price has hit this support several times, creating a short-term support in this area. A lot of buyers have taken long positions here, and if the market wants to shake them out, it will drop quickly, create a wick downwards, and then quickly move back up. It will move upward, causing those who had long positions here, especially in altcoins, to get shaken out, and then the move will continue upward. For now, everything looks good for Optimism as long as it holds this support level at 60 cents. So far, it's okay. But if it loses this 60-cent level, the situation becomes very risky and it could move lower, possibly down to 40 cents. That was the short-term video analysis for Optimism. And don't forget, trading is never 100% certain. Everything is about probability. Also, remember that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Until the next video, until the next analysis, goodbye.